It's always sad when it happened on your side of the fence, but nobody looked at it as if it was sad or showed no type of sympathy when Takeoff was laying right there. I want y'all to know one thing. They said Quavo tried to carry Takeoff to the car. I want everybody to pay attention to the fact that Offset and Quavo ain't did nothing but gain their alliance even stronger. I want y'all to know that Offset pulled up on Takeoff before this even happened. I want y'all to look at this, man. He already discussed the Takeoff. You need to watch everybody who Quavo associated himself with. Basically because the people on the other side of the fence, they look at the Migos like they're a sweet lick. Everybody know this for a fact. And in all actual reality, again, this no diss to nobody in MobTies, but from what just happened, this goes to show like within a matter of time, and it doesn't matter what happens, things still going to go down, especially if you from the streets. And for them already know that if you go to Houston, they got the laws where you can tote your own pistol. At the end of the day, you can have a gun on you. So a lot of people looking at Offset like, where did he get the move from? He got the move from Houston. They got local stores that's open to the public, like real talk, especially if you ain't on papers. Perhaps, do you guys really think that if Takeoff would have stayed in the studio or stayed back with QCP, that he would have never got sent up or got do you think this would have happened like that? Do you think Migo Bands would have reacted the way that he reacted? Because in all actual reality, we know for a fact Migo Bands was only protecting Takeoff. If y'all think that he was protecting Takeoff when he upped the move before they even threw a punch or anything, I want y'all to let me know. Hit the like button. I want y'all to really pay attention to the way J Prince Sr. even jumped up and basically came at Sauce Walker and told him like, you ain't have to show up like this, man. I told you I was gonna talk to you behind closed doors. So I wanna let y'all know, everybody that's involved in this, like people playing their part. And Migo Bands, he looking at Quavo like, man, it's all because of you. You was the main one who had to open your mouth as soon as we left out the bowling alley. This all could have easily been avoided. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hey man, breaking news. Hey, I want to let y'all know, Sauce Walker, he spoke to J Prince Sr. He spoke about Sauce Walker. He already stated that he down with everything that's going on, as far as he knows everybody who's involved and what happened with Takeoff. Offset, he pulled up. He had a few words to say. He really didn't want to say much because J Prince Sr., he didn't want to squash the beef. He wanted to keep talking around, basically getting down to the bottom of everything that went on. So I want to let everybody know that the walls closing in on them. The plot for them to take out Takeoff, it kind of backfired once he opened his mouth. Like everybody always say, if you from the streets, you don't talk about the streets. If you in the streets, man, stay in the streets and lay low, man, because you know for a fact that it's people out here who want to take you out the game. And one thing that J Prince Sr., he messed up on, he literally said out his mouth, and quote unquote, Lil' Cam should have never been at that party. But at the same time, Takeoff should have never been with Quavo. If you pay attention to it, J Prince Sr. started tapping his bodyguard. Next thing you know, J Prince Jr., he looked over like, Daddy, you all right? You good? Why you sweating like that? But whole time, J Prince Sr., he already saw Sauce Walker walk in. Next thing you know, dude with the black shirt, he tell dude with the red shirt, like, go over there and whisper in J Prince Sr. ear, tell him, come here right quick. Takeoff. I just reviewed the second recording, you guys. I want you guys to really pay attention to this and on some straight hood criteria. Hey, I want y'all to really pay attention to what happened. Like, they walked in there on straight business, like straight up. The way MobTies move is like the way MobTies move is like no other. I want everybody to know that they waited outside for them. Like, at the end of the day, they was blocked in regardless of where they went. So while they was sitting down lacking like that, At the end of the day, we know for a fact that when you got your head turned to the opposite side of where the doorway at, and you know you from the streets and you know you got beef going on, you liable and subject to get whatever you got coming because you caused it. At the end of the day, we know for J. Prince Sr., he's very damaged and devastated by the allegations that his son, Junior, walked over Takeoff. Like, I want to let everybody know one thing, and from the article, from all of the statements that was put out in this RICO case, J. Prince Sr. say, you know, one of the biggest lies that was told, he walked by Takeoff body wide as if he was laying there heartless and didn't care. At the end of the day, you guys, I want y'all to really be mindful of this, because J. Prince Sr., he said on Gavin the Business podcast, he said, in reality, Junior, my cousin Michael, that's here with me, they was there with Takeoff from the beginning to the end. I know, at the end of the day, we know Quavo was there from the beginning to the end. And Quavo was the one who basically initiated everything from what the video's showing. Now, we can't act like we ain't see that video. If you're new to the channel, hey, Jay-Z just did a power. Jay-Z just made a power play. I want to let everybody know, man, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hey, Gucci Mane pulled up on Jay-Z, let him know J. Prince Sr. was wrong for everything that he said about Takeoff. And at the end of the day, we know for a fact that Quavo is the one who basically stopped MobTies from even going in on Migo Band. So with that being known, I want to let everybody know that the feds are stating that Quavo, he gave his side of the story. He let them know that Gucci Mane basically in his corner, he gonna pay for whatever lawyers he has to pay for in order to get down to the bottom of everything that happened with Takeoff. So I want to let y'all know Jay-Z, he's supporting Gucci Mane to the fullest. At the end of the day, we know this. So then they was riding for J. Prince Sr. when that situation happened. I want y'all to really look at it, man, because they picking sides now. And when you start choosing and picking sides, y'all already know it's gonna be a line in the firearm. Like at the end of the day, man, get caught in the crossfire. I want everybody to know that it's a short line between everything that's going on. We gotta understand that we need to open our eyes to the fact that Offset, he know Quavo had something to do with this, and Gilly and Wallow, they vouched for it. They agreed on everything that went on. Offset, he only gave the feds what they needed to know. And I want to let y'all know that by him even coming out and basically putting everything on the table, it goes to show that. And then next thing you know, when everybody look back at the footage, you see Takeoff was talking to Quavo, whatever Quavo whispered in his ear before he got sent up. People need to go back and look at the fact that Lil Cam, he had his hands in his hoodie, man. If he would have never had his hands in his hoodie and then pulled out the blick and up and started blowing, like somebody could have saw him instantly pulling his hands out of his hoodie. This is what goes to show. Y'all got to be careful with the company you keep. That J. Prince Sr. paid Wallow and Gilly. And the thing is, he didn't just pay one of them and did it under the table. He basically exposed the whole MobTies RICO. It ain't no joke when your own people telling on you. That's why you got to be cautious of the people who you have in your inner circle. And again, this goes out to MobTies. I want to let y'all know what the feds is bringing forth to the table. A 23-page indictment stating Moneybagg Yo was the main one who basically, he gave Black Youngster the $90,000 to give to J. Prince Jr. And this all coincides and ties into everything that just happened with Takeoff getting sent up. I want you guys to know that Moneybagg Yo instantly, he rushed to J. Prince Sr. He told him, like, keep my name out of it. We already got enough going on as it is. Offset not too happy about it because a lot of people heated due to the fact of one thing and one reason only. Everybody know that you got to be cautious of the people you be around. And then next thing you know, when everybody look back at the footage, you see Takeoff was talking to Quavo, whatever Quavo whispered in his ear before he got sent up. People need to go back and look at the fact that Lil Cam, he had his hands in his hoodie, man. If he would have never had his hands in his hoodie and then pulled out the blick and up and started blowing, like somebody could have saw him instantly pulling his hands out of his hoodie. This is what goes to show y'all got to be careful with the company you keep. Offset, he only gave the feds what they needed to know. And I want to let y'all know that by him even coming out and basically putting everything on the table, it goes to show that J Prince Sr. paid Wallow and Gilly. And the thing is, he didn't just pay one of them and did it under the table. He basically exposed the whole MobTies Rico. That exposing him is at its highest. I want y'all to really look at everything that Cardi B even put out there. She gave the feds everything they needed to know and basically implemented J Prince Sr. and what happened with Takeoff when Lil Cam ran to the car, and then next thing you know, it was the second getaway car that picked Lil Cam up. Right before Lil Cam hopped in that second getaway car, he passed the blicky to J Prince Sr. And J Prince Sr., he wiped it off with this blue towel. I want y'all to really look at what's going on because at the end of the day, it's RIP Takeoff or none because DJ Academics, he feel that Offset.
You forgot? Remember when you called up on me and I came to LA and met with you because you was nervous about your wife performing because she had them issues about using the word flute.
It's multiple people in Offset circle who went back and ran and told J Prince Sr. what was going on and how he felt about the whole situation with Takeoff. I want to let y'all know one thing that we need to keep in mind, that it's a lot of lives at stake. We got to be mindful of the things we do and the people we keep around us, because one slip up and all your business is out in the open, and now everybody know where you stay at, everybody know where you going, everybody know your whereabouts. If you know for a fact RIP Takeoff before anything, we know for a fact that the Prince has been in business for a long time and a lot of people got sent up behind them. I know that a lot of people can really open their eyes and understand this is a revolving door, and we got to really pay attention to what's going on, because people know that the Prince, they took sides with Gilly and Wallow, and Gilly and Wallow, they kind of was out of line. No, they weren't kind of, they was out of line at the end of the day. Offset walked in there 3 deep. You can't get mad at him for going to check up on the status of everything that happened with his nephew. Respectfully, he walked up in there under a certain criteria to the point where he was only 3 deep. There's no way they should have even called security. And J Prince Jr., his little cousin, he was the main one who ran at the back. All Offset wanted was the footage and to basically let them know, G-check them about, don't come to his girl, don't ever sidestep and come to nobody girl and question they girl about no business that y'all got going on behind closed doors. It's a lot of people out here don't really understand the fact that life too short. You got to open your eyes to the fact that Takeoff got sent up at his untimely demise. RIP Takeoff, man.
Folks, I just heard the second audio of J Prince going off on Offset. I just want to say that's bogus, because folks already know, J Prince, he already know that Offset, he's grieving right now. And along with that, Offset still haven't came out his body and said that J Prince Jr. MobTies had anything to do with Takeoff untimely demise. So I agree with Offset. If J Prince had an issue, he should have called him, especially dealing with some hearsay on social media. He say he heard Offset talking about him. But again, to do an interview and act like I'm the one that's talking about y'all on social media, when Offset right, that's like J Prince's 4th interview talking about the whole Takeoff situation, man. Because the folks know he feel guilty. J Prince, he's been trying to do everything to hide the fact that his son's MobTies got something to do with Duke the Jeweler and Takeoff untimely demise. I mean, look how J Prince, he was not only going in on Offset, he had a few words for Migo Benz, because Migo Benz was the one who told the people that Jazz gave him the burner. Just pay attention to J Prince's tone and how it changed when he started talking about Migo Benz. He even stated he wished the shell would have hit Migo Benz and not Takeoff. You shouldn't have wished that upon nobody, man. You don't want nobody in there taken out, because if it do, it's all gonna fall back on you, because it's your son's private party event. What are you talking about, fam? So the results would have still been the same. It would have still been, hey, the MobTies got somebody sent up again. He just gotta watch what come out his mouth. So folks, he gotta think before he speak. He say he a thinking man. Hey, a thinking man is not gonna go on social media stating how he wish somebody would have caught the shells instead of another person. And also having a back and forth with a young cat on social media who we all know. Nobody seen Offset say anything bogus about J Prince or his son's MobTies. And if he did, he has a reason too. And for J Prince to go on and say, why didn't nobody see you on stage at the Grammys performing with Quavo? That ain't got nothing to do with you, J Prince. That's between Quavo and Offset. If they say they ain't want to do the show together, that's between them. They didn't have to. Guess what? The show still goes on because Quavo, he was still able to perform. So what's your reason on bringing that up? Hey, I stated before, G, that whole interview that they did, it didn't benefit them or it didn't solve what happened with Duke the Jeweler or Takeoff, because nobody got real answers. Takeoff family or Duke the Jeweler family. It's just a bunch of mixed emotions is all I see, man.
Offset is really hurt behind this, and I want everybody to know that he damaged behind the fact that his own family, Quavo, he real life got ties with the people that son his cousin up. I want y'all to really look at this because he just spoke on everything that everybody needed to know. And for all the rumors that was going around saying that Offset didn't care, he did care. He just was being quiet with it, and he real life was gonna make his next move without telling nobody. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. His intern, hey, he just trying to defend his people. He just trying to defend his people. At the end of the day, J Prince singing was out of line when he even let Mike Prince say anything. How's y'all speaking on a man who ain't no kin to y'all? And then they said Offset ain't been around him all his life. Come on now, man. Be real logical about this, man. Be for real about this. Because if you really pay attention to it, we know for a fact that the fans labeling MobTies as a game. Like, we know this, man. And they real life looking at it like them boys gonna catch a Rico. You see what happened to Thug. You see what happened to everybody who thought it was sweet, especially after some other past interviews declined. They declined any interview from MobTies. So I want to let y'all know, man, the receipts is here, man. If you want to come on the panel, come on the panel. Let me know how you feel. He had 4 interviews, that's too much. And just like you said, Corey Parker, Gillian Wallow, hey, that was you know what type of contract that was at the end of the day. That little bingo. Hey, you right. I just don't understand. I can't seem to figure out, like, why is it MobTies study coming up and everything that go on? Like, real talk. We know for a fact that Offset been dealing with a lot of this stuff for the past few days, man. Don't nobody want to have to wake up and go through that every single day. J Prince Jr. regret even doing the interview on Gilly the Kid's show, man. And the fact is, don't nobody think that Lil Cam gon' real life do no real time for that, man. The only reason why the feds is thinking about questioning Gilly and Wallow is for one reason. They exposed too much. He could have instantly told them to disclose less information as possible. But did J Prince expose MobTies motive and Takeoff open Rico case? Yes, he did. Like, at the end of the day, say salute to the art of war. Hey, I want to let y'all know one thing that I sit back and really realize. I realized the fact that they ain't letting up on that man, because even though Migo Vance ain't spoke out right away, even though Takeoff sat back and said, you know what, they did that to my people, but we gonna realize, we gonna get on and get back regardless of what's going on. They not John Gotti, they ain't the mob. For some reason, Jay Prince think they the mob. Like, people need to pay attention to what's going on, man, because that ain't nothing but a target on your back, man. At the end of the day, said they ain't asked no real question. They didn't ask no real question. Everything was steered towards a certain narrative. I want y'all to really look at that, because everything that we know about this case, the evidence points right to everybody who was there, who was a part of MobTies, because they were supposed to be his security. Am I right or am I wrong? You can't hide this. You can't make this up. And I know I do a lot of capping, but in all actual reality, man, they told on themselves. Like, everything that was told, it came straight from the horse's mouth. How you think Takeoff's sister feel about this, man? How you think Offset and his baby mama Cardi B feel about this, man? They the ones who gotta sit back and mourn for this man. At the end of the day, folks, like, we know for a fact that people need to realize, fall back and stop really putting themselves out there, putting their life in jeopardy. You can't be going to these different states thinking people gonna protect you that you don't know. You cannot be going to, it say the feds are already on them MobTies rap a lot. They've been on them for the longest. For one reason. They've been putting in a lot of work, and a lot of bodies been realized, getting sent up. At the end of the day, a lot of people been sitting there saying, like, these people caused this upon themselves. They in their face, but apply no pressure. You see what I'm saying? This make me really think that Offset should have just went in on them. Like, at the end of the day, you don't talk about nobody's family like that. You don't even sit there and you can't go out there and put your neck out there for nobody who ain't your family. Like, at the end of the day, you can't speak upon. Offset walked in there 3 deep. You can't get mad at him for going to check up on the status of everything that happened with his nephew. Respectfully, he walked up in there under a certain criteria to the point where he was only 3 deep. There's no way they should have even called security. And Jay Prince Jr., his little cousin, he was the main one who ran at the back. All Offset wanted was the footage, and to basically let them know, G-check them about, don't come to his girl, don't ever sidestep and come to nobody girl and question they girl about no business that y'all got going on behind closed doors. It's a lot of people out here don't really understand the fact that life too short. You gotta open your eyes to the fact that Takeoff got sent up at his untimely demise. R.I.P. Takeoff, man, because Quavo sitting there looking at the fact like, I rock with MobTies harder than I rock with my own family. The manager at Billers and Bowls didn't even want to let him in. Like,
for real, all that this stuff is real deep, bro. And now, okay, everybody want to be the man, right? But when everything hit the fan, though, bro, when it comes down to all that, watch what everybody gonna do, bro.
They gonna duck their tail.
Huh?
They gonna real live fall back, and they gonna try to clean up and cover up everything that went on at the bowling alley, and everybody saw the video. Do we have to remind them again that Lil Cam ran up behind Takeoff, and Lil Cam was with the security that's supposed to have been protecting Takeoff?
Yeah, it's obvious, bro, that was on y'all watch, bro. That's just like, I'm from Illinois, I'm from Chicago, okay, and vice versa. You came down on my time, and I'm supposed to pay for your security, and my entourage gonna handle everything. And then if something happened to you, and you come down here on my time, and I'm supposed to have your back, bro, how this gonna make, when everything hit the fan, how this gonna make everything look, bro? And it's just, I duke the jewel and everything, man, for real, bro, it's real serious, bro. I wanna see my comments, though, bro.
Yeah, because it's real live. It's heating up for Houston. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that this a revolving door, man. And I know for a fact that people sitting back looking at it like, why would Mike Prince start really like exposing what's going on in the case? That's why Offset spoke out. Offset only said something because they did 5 interviews, and people can really look at that and be like, hold on, why'd y'all study doing interviews basically saying how like Takeoff family feel when really they ain't even talk to the family? Offset exposed it.
It's crazy, man. You hear me, bro? Because, like I say now, and then, you know, when it first hit the fan, I'm just saying, like, how they were saying in Houston, how they were saying with the police force and a lot of, because they tell me got a lot of ties with that. So that's
Yeah, they